Hello, denizens of the internet. You're in luck. Apple has introduced its long-awaited augmented reality headset, and only I can explain its potential and convenience as it relates to the showbiz world. Most of you come to me for clarity and the odd laugh. I have no intention of boring you with the technical specs. You see, for 6 years, this channel was a tech channel, geeking out on Apple news and Hackintosh builds. If you don't know, don't ask. I'm done with that. In fact, apart from talking about Apple TV Plus shows themselves, I had pretty much given up on reporting on Apple announcements because, quite honestly, it's stupid. Anyway, I'm doing this bit of enhanced regurgitation, that's what I'm calling it, because I think the Apple Vision Pro, a dumb name, has many implications for the entertainment business. Let's get the first bit of sticky nonsense out of the way. The Apple Vision Pro is an AR headset, but could handle VR. VR stands for virtual reality. It's the thing which puts people into a fully immersive simulation like the holodeck on Star Trek Next Generation. Luckily, they don't have to use goggles in the future, or didn't have to, because it's a future show. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Here in the 21st century, we still have to wear goggles, and that has always been the Achilles heels of all this future VR stuff. It's something useful for games, but more useful for realizing an architectural space or car design. It has not caught on as a mass entertainment because when you wear VR headsets, you look stupid. They are also heavy and awkward. You have to be tethered to your computer because the processing happens there. And you have to use these awkward hand controllers. I've never been a fan of VR. Even when I first tried a military sim back in 1995 at the GamersCon in San Jose, the frame rate was so slow that I almost threw up in my headset. Apple's AR headset, which they prefer to call a spatial computing device, is different. First of all, it's self-contained. And the idea of augmented reality is that you are in your existing environment and 3D objects are placed into it, in front of you. It's kind of cool and doesn't really require a headset, just an iPad and the IKEA app, and you can use it to place furniture into your rooms. It works exceedingly well, and it's a lot of fun. So, compared to VR, AR is actually somewhat useful for the average person. Apple Vision Pro is also controlled by your eye movement and hand gestures. Now that you fully understand the difference between VR and AR, what Apple is attempting to do with their $3,500 headset that does not come out till next year is several things. They want us to be able to do real work with it, have Zoom and FaceTime meetings, replace the puny monitor of your MacBook Air with a really big screen that Apple claims will be sharp enough to read tack-sharp text. They want to replace your large screen TV and surround sound system for watching movies and sports. Those three things alone are significant, worthwhile reasons. Oh, they also don't want to feel like it's sucking out your eyeballs and making you want to heave. Are those $3,500 worth of reasons? Perhaps not. Curiously, Apple did not discuss games, especially since they've partnered up with Hideo Kojima, creator of Death Stranding. I'm suspecting that Apple does not want any VR comparisons this early in the game, and getting the Vision Pro into businesses will be more profitable than just gaming. But I guarantee that's coming. There's other silly sideshow things they showed us, such as being able to take movies with a quick touch of a visor button, looking very much like the X-Men Cyclops to me, though frying your children with laser beam eyes is not such a good thing. Before we get into the showbiz implications, I just wanted to cover off some of the things Apple needed to solve to elevate this from fondue-ware. One, it has to be comfortable. Can't be too heavy. Even with its external battery pack, people are already saying this is really heavy. Not good. 2, you can't look like a complete doofus wearing it. This doesn't look horrible. 3, the resolution and frame rate have to be stellar. According to Apple, this thing will feel like you've strapped a 4K TV on each eye. 4, wide range of software. This thing has its own Vision OS, a close cousin to your iPhone, so software won't be an issue. 5, the sound has to be killer, and it looks like Apple is going big for spatial sound. The home theater experience is Vision Pro's killer app. I think big screen TV manufacturers are shitting themselves right now. 85-inch fancy pants TVs are going for more than $3,000. The Vision Pro can be watched in any room, in bed, on a plane. But 6 is the real innovation, making it feel less isolating for you and others in the room. The goggles have an outward-facing screen. I believe it uses your lifelike avatar. When you look towards someone, they see, I'm assuming, an animation of your eyes. It looks like you're looking at them. This is absolute genius. It humanizes the technology. First thing I would do is write a wife app that makes it look like your eyes are open and paying attention as your wife or girlfriend is talking to you about vacation destinations. You could continue watching the movie or the big game or even sleeping, but your loved one would never know. Maybe it could include an audio loop of you saying, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. This would also be great at meetings. Easy to fall asleep at meetings, but with the Eyes Wide Open app, you will always look wide-eyed and bushy-tailed. And finally, I would want to be able to download other celebrity eyes to replace mine. George Clooney would be good. But what about the show business implications? Well, it is really early in the game, but none other than Disney's embattled CEO Bob Iger took the stage to announce a bunch of exclusive programming and software arrangements with Disney. Not a difficult thing for Bob to do, as Apple is on Disney's board, and there is no competition for this headset. There were some mock-ups as to how ESPN might be enhanced and a virtual tabletop experience. Should Iger be fiddling with the Vision Pro while Disney burns? I'm sure this took only a few minutes of his time and was probably a positive relief from the unending grief he's experiencing back at the ranch. But from Apple's perspective, it shows the benefits of this kind of integration. If I were an indie movie maker, I'd make a Vision Pro enhanced movie. I'm sure Apple would promote the hell out of it. Since it can provide an IMAX-like experience to even Legally Blonde, will this have implications for future movie-going? Of course, one of its major downsides is that it's not a very communal experience. Maybe Apple will find a way to connect you to other people watching the same movie at the same time, and they will let the audio and laughter and reaction from all those other people watching into your headset. That would be cool. Apple already lets you share a video or a movie over FaceTime. The exciting thing about Vision Pro is that it might finally usher in some new IPs. Perhaps this will be the next creative frontier. I can hear you yelling, it's too damned expensive, but so is everything Apple makes. The R&D on this thing must have been staggering. The first run of this, I guarantee you, will be sold out because, 1, it's so damn cool, and 2, there are immediate use cases for it that I described earlier. We don't have to wait for a killer game to make it viable. The weight of it and the 2-hour reported battery life are problematic, however. And getting back to independent productions, imagine you're trying to promote your movie and you walk into a studio exec's office, toss them, give them, you don't want to hurt them, a Vision Pro, and then play your latest blood splatter epic on that. I can see the wheels turning in your heads already. At the very least, even though it will take a couple of years to even sell a meager number of these things, find out what's involved in making your Project Vision Pro enhanced. It couldn't hurt. I honestly think Apple Vision Pro is the harbinger of things to come. One final note. I know some of you more informed want to know how this compares to Facebook's or Meta's Metaverse Quest, which the Zookster announced back in October of 2021. While all the images in the Apple presentation were computer generated, I'm pretty sure, I have no reason to think that this is not what Apple will be delivering, and it will kill Zuckerberg's childish preoccupation with trying to keep up with tech billionaires. What do you think? Are you going to rush out and drop $3,500 on this beauty? Tell me in the comments below. Till next time, denizens, be seeing you.